Hello students. Today in our biology session we are going to discuss some disorders that are related to our excretory system. Our excretory system is very important in maintaining homeostasis, that is the equilibrium of our body. There are certain conditions which can affect the excretory system. Now today in our biology session we are going to discuss that common disorders related to the excretory system. First disorder is hematuria. Actually, hem word is related to the blood. Hematuria is the presence of blood or blood cells in the urine. Hematuria can be either gross or microscopic. That means two types of hematuria are there. One is gross hematuria, another one is microscopic hematuria. So in the gross hematuria, there is enough blood cells present in the urine that it is visible to the naked eye. It can turn the toilet color to pale pink or bright red. And what is microscopic hematuria? There is less blood cells present in the urine that can be only seen through a microscope. So here you can see the difference in between the microscopic and gross hematuria. In the microscopic hematuria, very less blood cells are present in the urine. That's why by naked eye you can't see the color change of the urine, but through a microscope you can see that blood cells are present in the urine. But for gross hematuria, by naked eye you can see the color change, that is the pale red or pink or bright red. Now, what are the causes of the hematuria? First of all, urinary tract infections. These occur when bacteria enter your body through the urethra and multiply in your urinary bladder. Then kidney infections, a bladder or kidney stone, enlarged prostate. Prostate is a gland present in males. Some kidney disease, cancer, inherited or genetic disorders, and kidney injury. Now, what are the general tips to prevent hematuria? First of all, drink plenty of fluids, eat a balanced diet, avoid excess salt. Next disease or disorder related to the excretory system is uremia. Uremia is the condition of having high levels of urea in the blood. Urea is one of the primary components of the urine that you know. Already I have discussed this. The components of urine. It can be defined as an excess of amino acid and protein metabolism and products such as urea and creatinine in the blood that would be normally excreted in the urine. So, in the uremia disease, mainly urea is accumulated in your blood at high level. Now, what are the causes of uremia? Uremia is caused by extreme and usually irreversible damage to your kidneys, because when your kidneys are getting damaged, it is failed to filter out the urea from the blood. So that time urea is going to accumulate in the blood and cause that disease. So first and foremost, uremia is caused by the kidney damage. It is usually from the chronic kidney disease. The kidneys are no longer able to filter the waste from the body and send it out through your urine. Instead, the waste gets accumulated in the bloodstream, causing a potentially life-threatening condition. Now, what are the common causes of chronic kidney disease? High blood pressure, diabetes, inflammation of the filtering unit, that is glomerulus, inflammation of the kidneys tubules and the structure around them, some types of cancer, kidney stones that block the urinary tract for a prolonged period of time, and several kidney infections. Now, what are the symptoms? At the beginning of chronic kidney disease, you may not notice any visible symptoms. However, by the time uremia has started, your kidneys are very damaged. Uremia may cause you to have some of the following symptoms: extreme tiredness or fatigue, cramping in your legs, little or no appetite, headache, nausea, vomiting, trouble in concentrating. So these are the common symptoms of the uremia disease. How can it be prevented? Because till now you have understood that uremia is a life-threatening condition. Your blood is filled with the toxic products. So, uremia must be prevented by some measures. So, the very best way to try to prevent the uremia is to have regular dialysis treatment. After that, we will discuss what is dialysis. This will keep the waste filtered out of your blood. You should also avoid eating everything high in sodium, phosphorus, potassium. Eating a healthy diet otherwise and exercising. Since uremia is caused by severe kidney disease, already we have discussed that chronic kidney diseases can cause uremia and kidney failure also. When kidney fails to remove the metabolic waste from the blood, you can try to prevent uremia by taking steps to prevent kidney disease when possible. Now, some ways to prevent kidney disease include controlling diabetes, maintaining a healthy blood pressure, taking steps to maintain cardiovascular health, not smoking, maintaining a healthy diet and exercise plan to avoid obesity. There are some risk factors like age, family history of kidney disease, because inherited factors also may involve, that can make it more difficult to prevent kidney disease. Now, what is dialysis? Because dialysis is the main way to prevent the uremia, the life-threatening condition. Now, what is the dialysis? First of all, kidneys, you know that kidneys perform about a dozen of physiologic functions like filtration, excretion of metabolic waste products, regulation of necessary electrolytes and fluids, and stimulation of red blood cell production. These are the common kidney functions already I have discussed. By doing that much of physiological function, kidneys are fairly easily damaged. Kidney failure results in the slow accumulation of nitrogenous waste, salts, water and toxins in the blood and body fluids. Now, what is artificial kidney? Because dialysis is done through that artificial kidney. In case of kidney failure, an artificial kidney can be used. What is it? It is a device to remove the nitrogenous waste products from the blood through the process dialysis. Artificial kidneys mainly contain a number of tubes with a semi-permeable lining suspended in a tank filled with dialyzing fluid. Now we are going to discuss the details of this dialysis process. What is that process? Dialysis is the process of removing excess water, solutes, toxins from the blood in people whose kidneys can no longer perform these functions naturally. Because you know, this process is used for the patients whose kidneys are not functioning properly. Dialysis is used as a temporary measure in either acute kidney injury or in those awaiting for the kidney transplant, and as a permanent measure in those for whom a transplant is not indicated or not possible. Actually, kidney transplantation can be done for the patients of kidney injury or kidney failure. But there are some patients for whom transplantation is not possible. For them, dialysis is one of the procedure, and the person who is awaiting for the kidney transplantation, for them also it is a temporary measure. Dialysis removes the metabolic waste products and water by circulating blood outside the body through artificial kidney, which contains external filter called a dialyzer that contains semi-permeable membrane. Now you can see that is the artificial kidney machine actually inside it, which contain a dialyzer and dialysate solution. These dialysate solutions. Now, dialyzer is that filter which contains semi-permeable membrane. I think you know what is the function of semi-permeable membrane. It allow only the selective molecules to pass through it. The blood flows in one direction and the dialysate flows in the opposite direction. Means here in that dialyzer, you can see that blood is flowing to that direction like that, and dialysate is flowing to that direction. So both are flowing in opposite direction, counter flow. This counter flow actually maximize the concentration gradient of the solutes between the blood and the dialysate solution, which help to remove more urea and creatinine from the blood. Actually, this counter flow of the blood and the dialysate solution help to create a concentration gradient to remove more and more urea from the blood. Now, what is dialysate and dialyzer? Already you have seen in that overview of the diagram that dialyzer is that machine which contains semi-permeable membrane to filter out the solutes, and dialysate is the solution which help to wash away the waste products. Now, what is dialysate? Dialysate is a fluid that is made up of water, electrolytes and salts. During dialysis, dialysate helps to clean your blood inside the dialyzer by removing waste products and balancing electrolytes. Now, what is dialyzer do? The dialyzer is a part of the dialysis machine where your blood is getting filtered. So, this portion, it is the part of dialysis machine or artificial kidney which help to filter out the waste products from the blood. The core of the dialyzer is made up of tiny cellophane tubes. Your blood flows inside each tube and the dialysate stays on the outside of the tubes. Tiny pores in the tubes let waste and excess fluids pass from your blood into the dialysate. Your clean blood then leaves the dialyzer and is returned to your body. In that diagram, you can understand that this is the dialyzer. You can see here that this is the dialyzer machine inside which so many cellophane tubes are there, which is having selectively permeable membrane. And this sky colored part you can see, this contains dialysate solution. This is dialysate solution. So through that pores of these tubes, the impurities of the bloods can pass to the dialysate solution, and this dialysate solution containing the impurities is coming to that part. Now, how does a dialysis machine actually work? Two tubes are connected to the body. You can see here, that is the hand. Two tubes are connected. One is to remove the blood, that is the blood filled with impurities coming for cleaning, and one tube is there to transfer the clean blood to the body. So first we will discuss from this path, that is the tube connected to the body. Blood flows from the body into the machine, this dialyzer machine. Blood is passing with the impurities. Here you can see one blood pump is there. This pump keep the blood flow at the right rate. Here you can see one anticoagulant is there. What is the function of anticoagulant or blood thinner? It is a part of treatment. It will be added to keep the blood from clotting while it is in the machine. So it prevents the blood clotting. Now the blood is going to the dialysis machine, that is the dialyzer, where so many cellophane tubes are there. In that diagram you have seen so many tubes are there which is having selectively permeable membrane. Dialyzer is fitted with that two parts, two tubes you can say. Through one, the fresh dialyzer, that is dialysis fluid or dialysate solution, is coming into the dialyzer machine, and one tube is there for passing out the dialysate solution that is filled with the toxin. So through this dialysis fluid is in, and through this dialysis fluid is removed. So dialysate solution enters into the dialyzer machine. It draws the waste out of your blood, and used dialysate solution is pumped out of the machine and discarded. Blood goes through another pressure monitor. Here you can see one pressure monitor, a trap is there to trap and make sure it's safe to go back into the body. Now the clean blood is returned to your body through the second tube. You can see the clean blood is returned to the body. So I think you have understood. Here you can see the semi-permeable membrane function. Blood with waste products. This is a dialysate solution. Waste products are passing through the semi-permeable membrane to the dialysate solution. So from your body, two tubes are connected to that external machine. So one is carrying the blood that is filled with the urea and other toxins to that dialyzer machine, where so many cellophane tubes are there fixed, which is having some selectively permeable membrane. Here the toxins from the blood is removed out to that dialysate solution. This sky colored fluid flowing side by side to that cellophane tube, and when that dialysate solution is filled with the toxin, it is passing out here from where it is discarded. Then and then the fresh dialysate solution is coming to the dialyzer machine, and after this the fresh blood is returning to the body. So today we have discussed two disorders, that is hematuria and uremia. In the next session we will discuss another two disease or disorder related to the excretory system. Till then, bye and have a nice day.